It has just stopped raining. You know, one of the things that I have picked up in my life, having lived most of my life on Vancouver Island, is that I love the rain. I love the sound that it makes as it hits the pavement around me. I love to stand on front steps and breathe in that smell that is so distinctive. Everything about the rain gives me delight. It is truly one of God's blessed gifts for us. It's told that the inventor and scientist Nikola Tesla, the man who invented the Tesla coil, used to sit on his front porch during massive rainstorms and applaud at the crash of thunder and the strike of lightning. For him, God's movement in the storm, in the wind, and in the rain was this brilliant display of God's presence in life. It declared to all who would notice that God was here and that God was in control. We find this attitude in Psalm 147. It's a psalm of unquestionable praise. Every line, every verse tells of reasons why the Lord is to be praised by his people. He builds up Jerusalem. He heals the brokenhearted. He binds their wounds. And in verse 7 and 8, the psalmist calls the congregation to sing to God in thanksgiving and to make music to God. Why? The rain. It says he covers the sky with clouds. He supplies the earth with rain and makes grass grow on the hills. The rain marks God's loving movement in which he provides life for his people. The ping of every raindrop is a song that announces God's loving providence. And when we think of it, it's true, isn't it? The rain cleanses. It washes. It provides growth and nourishment. One could even say that it is the rain that draws people together as they seek shelter together and enter into times of quietness and intimacy. After all, it's on rainy days that families gather for games and discussions, points in time that often sparks togetherness and fellowship not seen on widespread beaches under blazing summer suns. Again, life is found in rain, and so too is the blessings of God. Have you ever thought of the rain like that before? Have you ever stood and marveled at exactly what is taking place? You know, why don't you try this during the next rainfall? Watch the ground soak in the drops. See the leaves of the trees and the blades of grass move through different shades of green. Think about this fabulous connection that exists where the rain brings life to the grass and trees, which in turn brings about both food and oxygen for us here. When we arrive there, once we see that a drop of rain contains God's blessings of life for us, notice how many there are. Notice the vast sheets of blessings that come down. Notice the downpour, the deluge, the overflowing nature of God's grace which is falling down upon us. And if you happen to miss it, that's okay. Go outside and look into the sky and you will get to see a marvelous sight. A rainbow. A banner in the sky speaking of God's faithful promise of his dedication to our life. How can we not applaud at this fabulous testimony of God's love for us? How can we not sing out our thanksgiving when God sends us the rain?